Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have two new knives from TRIVISA to share with all of you today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, I've already got these out of the box, already checked them out, but I put them back in the box. That way you can get the whole experience in case you've never got a TRIVISA knife before. They do have very nice packaging. They come with a nice microfiber dealio cloth and some information and a little bit of quality control check. We'll see if it's quality control check bees-wise. And ooh, yeah, we're going to get this one right out. This bad boy, I know the name of it, but I'm not going to say the name of it until I get it out of the bag. And I want to give a special shout out to all of the grumpy guys out there that leave a comment when I'm over enthusiastic in my videos, or you say that I'm childish, or I make too many funny noises. Hey, I'm just very grateful that I'm not grumpy. This is the TRIVISA Corvus. Would you look at it? I mean, just look at it and all of its Corvusness and check it out. A little bit of texture vision. How does that feel? It looks good. Okay, it's not as textury as it feels. Like you can, or as it looks, as it feels. You can feel it, but it's not grippy. It looks like it's more grippy than it is. It's relatively smooth. You do have a lanyard hole, and check this out. T8 hardware and a reversible deep carry clip. It has flat screws, no mushrooms growing in the shade, so that's a major plus. The lip is a little small. It's not too bad. Let's see. Wow, that's a stiffy. That is a stiff pocket clip. My goodness, you might have to do a little pocket stretching to get that on. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, if you have pocket knives where you kind of have to stretch your pocket a little bit to make it tighter to get over that lip, that may be a thing. And then look at this. We have some very good jimping. The only thing is they failed to go around the top of the edge. TRIVISA, if you happen to watch this, which I really doubt they would, but if you do, this is good jimping. Just make that jimping go all the way around so your finger doesn't slide off. Now, with my finger up front, it is grabbing very, very well. That is excellent jimping. We just need a little more of it. And this is a button lock. It has a captive pivot. It has caged ceramic ball bearings inside. Ooh, a little bit of jimping up here too. You ready to see this blade? Hoop, there. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So pointy. I likey. Yes, I like that blade shape. Now that's what I'm talking about. Did I get this knife out? I don't remember this blade. Maybe I took it out of the packaging. I thought for sure I got this one out. What does this say up here? 14C 28N blade steel, baby. And it has a very nice opalescent type finish. And what do we have up here? What kind of design is that? I'm not sure who the designer is, but I'm sure it'll be easy to look up. Oh, look, they're numbered too. What about that? Let's see how the fit is. Okay, left and right, I'm getting just a 1 out of 10. I am getting the slightest bit of movement left and right. Up and down, it's solid. No movement that way. And this is a button lock, a traditional button lock, if you will. Let's see how it feels. Doesn't feel too bad. And here's something I just noticed. If you look at the button, it's very rounded. It's a very contoured button. And it is flat. It is recessed. It's not sticking out at all, so you're not going to accidentally hit that button. So that's a major plus. Now, let's take a look at the size of this bad boy real quick. From tip to tip, this bad boy is 7.3 inches long, 186 millimeters. Closed, it's 4.1 inches long, 105 millimeters. The blade is 3.2 inches, 80.5 millimeters long. Your weight comes in at 3.7 ounces, so 104 grams. And I do like the fact that they have the captive pivot with the caged ceramic bearings. That's always a major plus. Ooh, pretty nice, pretty nice. Quick size comparison. How about the CJRB Pyrite? You know what? It's a lot closer in size than I thought it was going to be. So if you have a Pyrite, you're going to be right in that territory. Here is the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock. Okay, all right. For some reason, I thought this was a bigger knife. I thought it would be bigger. That's what she said. Here's the QSP Penguin, because everybody should have a Penguin, right? And let's see, I have one more sitting over here that I was using today when I was outside. Yeah, I get a lot of use out of my Spyderco Tenacious. Oh, yeah. So this is another in the line of TRIVISA knives where they're going away from what I would call is their safe or their comfort zone. I like that they're doing the more regular EDC style. And I do believe there's a couple different colors. I think you can get black or green micarta, which I really want to see the micarta. They have good micarta. And this G10 is nice. I like the coloration. I like the colorway of it. It's not overly grippy, but it does have a really good grip. Matter of fact, compared to the Tenacious, they're very similar. Tenacious maybe has a little bit more grippage than this one here. This is the Corvus. Now for our action, let's see if we can push button it. Oh man, that comes out with authority. And man, you can push button it very easily. And obviously you can do the light switch and you can open it with the button. Now it has pretty good blade retention. I'm not getting too bad a bounce out unless it's my fault for not letting go of the button. That's pretty good. I'm going moderate with it. I'm trying not to go crazy. See, when I go crazy, I could just bounce it out all day because I'm not letting go of the button. So that's my fault. That's my fault. Look how smooth. So it's very smooth right out of the box from the factory. The only little thing was it's just the slightest bit of movement, and I guarantee that would be an easy fix. Just tightening up that T8 just a little bit. And as far as our lockup, the lockup looks to be about, I don't know, 30%, somewhere in that range, about what you see with the, are these traditional? Are the button locks, would you even call them traditional? Can we reverse flick this? No, I cannot get enough leverage to reverse flick it, but I can use that to do a little bit of slow roll. And man, I'm really liking the looks of this blade. The grind looks fairly even. I mean, not many knife companies have a very even grind, but this one looks very nice. Now, my hand's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And it is comfy. Ooh, yeah, they did a really nice job of chamfering off those edges all the way around. No abrupt 90-degreeness. I like how it fits in the hand. My thumb kind of wants to go over the hump or behind the hump. And if I come back here, that jimping does a very good job of stopping my finger. It's nice and grippy. So holding it like this would be a good push cutter. I can feel this pocket clip. It's not hateful. It makes itself known, but I wouldn't call it a hot spot. It's a little warm just from the place where it hits my hand. If you had a small to medium sized hand, this pocket clip would be sitting past your hand and you wouldn't feel it at all. So I would say small to medium hands, this would even be a more enjoyable knife, depending on if you're doing anything heavy. And this isn't a heavy use knife. I don't consider button locks a heavy use knife just because of the possibility of different things. And you know, I do like how easy it is to deploy and how smooth it is. I'm enjoying that. And then how about a reverse grip? Reverse, potato bags beware. That's for all you grumpy folks out there. You can make your comments now. So overall, I think these are like around $50, $52, somewhere in that price range. The low 50s or around 50. I think it's a pretty good knife. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to like it. Up here's your stop pin. You can see right there where the blade hits the stop pin. Ka-chink! Very nice. Now let's get this other one. This other one's very, very interesting. And then maybe we'll come back to this just for a second. Now this one here is called the PUPPIS or the PUPPIS. I'm not exactly sure. It's spelled P-U-P-P-I-S. I kid you not. PUPPIS. And this comes in a bigger box because it has a little bit of more stuff with it. It has, you know, the regular accoutrement, but this one comes with the leather sheath. And this is the more not, I don't know what you would call it, you know, as far as modern pocket day knives, this one has more of like an older style or an older traditional type look that a lot of folks, and especially knife collectors, go for. It's not my style, but I always keep in mind that I don't have to like a knife for it to be really cool to a ton of people. Here is a look at the sheath, the leather sheath that comes with it. That's pretty cool. And the leather sheath matches the knife. This is the TRIVISA PUPPIS. P-U-P-P-I-S. And I noticed there is a little pattern going on here. There's a ship up here, a couple birds, a couple waves. And is that a porpoise or a dolphin? Is it a dolphin or a porpoise? I don't know. Did I say that on purpose? Yeah, it's the same design on both sides. And the pocket clip and the blade have a very interesting Damascus type look, but it's textured. And back here, it has a very textured back spacer. And then it comes with this piece of leather for lanyard. You don't have to have the lanyard. This is what it would look like without the lanyard on it. This may very well be in the next live stream giveaway. We'll see. It's not a cheap knife. It is a nicer knife. Let's see how this is. Okay. Let's look it up here. See if we can get in here. This one has some very nice jimping, and they took the jimping all the way to the top, so it's very grabby. You ready to see this blade? Oh yeah, look at that. A little bit of Mr. Fancy Pants, and that is cool. That kind of reminds me of like the Japanese style where it's multi-layered. And let me get you in here nice and close and show you a little bit of that contouring a little bit of shadows. It is pretty neat. So if this is your style of blade, then you're really going to dig this one. And oh yeah, it is sharpened very well. Now, how does it feel as far as our fit? Left and right, I'm getting movement, about a 2 out of 10. If you look right here at the bolster, I'm getting movement. It feels like it needs tightened. Nah, it's about a 1 out of 10. It's just barely. And then how's our lockup? The lockup is about just a little over 50%, maybe 55%. Now, ooh, now that is very smooth. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. The smoothness factor is a 10 out of 10 for, ooh, I like that. Now that is very cool. How about smoothness on the drop? It drops very nice and smooth. It's not drop shutty, but here's a little bit of acoustics. Now this stuff right here is oxbone, in case you were wondering. They're oxbone scales, and I do believe there might be 2 or 3 different versions of this stuff. And this bad boy, from tip to tip, is 7.2 inches, 185 millimeters long, 4.1 inches closed, which is 105 millimeters, and it has a 3.2 inch, 80 millimeter blade. And this comes in at 4.7 ounces. So it's getting close to the 5 ounce mark. It weighs 132 grams. The leather sheath is vegetable tan, and it is leather. Let me see. Oh, yep, it smells like leather. I can't help it. I always have to give leather a test. And you know, you could probably use this in a pinch to do a little bit of stropping if you wanted to lay this flat on a table and do a little bit of stropping. I can't do it right here, but if you put it on the edge of the table, that could be used in a pinch. So let's see what it looks like if we put it, is this going to be, no, that's all, okay. They did protect the inside. Sometimes on a cheap knife, they won't put something to protect from that button. It does have leather on the inside, so you won't scratch your knife. Let's see what it looks like going in like this and stretching over. Maybe that's not how it goes in. Let's take a look here. Maybe it goes in this way. I don't know. But it goes to this knife, so maybe I just got to push it in farther. Watch your comments. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, that will work. I just got to stretch it over. So this is what it would look like on your belt if you had these strings hanging off. Myself, I'm not a big lanyard user, but this knife doesn't have a pocket clip. So that is going to mean that the ergos, oh yeah, the ergonomics are really nice on this. Oh yeah. And that jimping right there does a fantastic job of locking my thumb into place. If this is your style of knife, you're going to really enjoy the way it feels. It's rounded. It's very slightly chamfered. It's not quite 90 degree-ish, but you can feel the edges. It's kind of tactile. You can tell it's there. And I would say the only little warm spot would be right here on the bolster on the other side of the lock face, or of the liner lock. Right here, you can kind of feel that. But I don't think anyone that gets this knife is going to be doing heavy use with it. This is going to be more of an enjoyable knife to look at, to use to cut your donut, maybe to cut your steak. And I do like the way it feels in my hand. It feels very nice. There's no sharp edges up top here on the spine. And look at that. There you can see the actual layers, which is very cool. I think it's neat when you can see those layers. Now, me personally, I'm digging the Corvus. This would be an everyday carry, one that you have in your pocket every day. I love the blade shape. I love the style of it. It's G10. You're not going to have to worry about getting dirty or anything like this. And then if you're a connoisseur and you like really neat looking knives with a lot of design and a lot of flair to them, and you like having something like this on your belt, then that might be right up your alley. Let me know. Do you have a favorite? What do you think about it? Give me some opinions and thoughts. And if you enjoy my content, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Now go watch this video. You're really going to enjoy that. And until I see you again on the live streams on Friday nights from 8 to midnight, every Friday night, or in the comments of this video, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.